A 13-year-old girl was shot to death at a Cuesta home. Officers arrived at the home of William Brown in late July, where they found 13-year-old Amber Archuleta. Police were first told the teen was shot in a drive-by. However, the brother of the victim later admitted his friend, Porfirio Brown, picked up a gun and started waving it around before shooting Amber. Porfirio Brown and his dad, William Brown, are now both facing charges.
The man accused of being the driver during a deadly shooting of an 11-year-old boy outside of Isotopes Park will remain behind bars until trial. Prosecutors say that Jose Romero was behind the wheel of a Dodge Durango that had someone inside who shot at the Villegas family's truck 17 times earlier this month. Yesterday, Romero's attorney tried to convince the judge his client didn't know what was going to happen, but the judge sided with the state to keep him behind bars.
Hobbs Police is asking the public for any information on the murder of a teenager. Police say they were originally called because a vehicle had crashed into a wall, but when they got to the scene, they found 19-year-old Brennan Smith in the car with a gunshot wound. Smith was taken to the hospital where he later died. Zoe.
We are looking at a very warm afternoon ahead of us. Even though we are officially in the fall season, feeling a lot more like summertime with near to record-breaking high temperatures today. But if you love the summer-like heat, enjoy it. Much cooler and wetter weather will arrive by the weekend.
The reinstatement of a statue of Don Juan de Oñate in Española has been postponed for the time being. The statue was taken down in 2020 when protests around the state targeted monuments to colonial figures. Recently, Rio Arriba County announced plans to put the statue back up. Protesters gathered at that site yesterday, calling it disrespectful to Native Americans.
Today is day 2 of a trial in a lawsuit brought by New Mexico Republicans claiming the Democrats gerrymandered congressional districts. The suit filed last year says the new districts diluted Republican votes, but Democrats argue Republicans have to prove the redrawn map can effectively predetermine elections. The state Supreme Court says the case must be decided by October 1st. Zoe.
Our Metro Threat Index for today is only at a 1 out of 10. Not much to worry about when it comes to the weather other than practicing heat safety, as above average temperatures will continue and maybe a little bit of a breeze up to 25 miles an hour into this afternoon.
Special shapes are a huge hit at the Balloon Fiesta year after year, and this year one of those balloons is celebrating a special milestone. This will be the 40th year that fan favorite Chicky Boom will take to the skies at the event. It was the very first special shaped balloon in Fiesta history, debuting back in 1983.
Well, Tim West has made it his mission to make sure that everyone in Albuquerque has a good book to read. West is behind many of the free libraries that are around town. Well, he made his first one for his home back in 2018. He has now built 38 throughout the metro area. West admits that he does not read often, but he likes seeing that people use the small libraries. Zoe.
Now let's get a look at that morning drive. Maps are looking nice and clear. No major accidents or slowdowns early on this Thursday morning. Now taking a live look at the Big I, also moving pretty quickly. Make sure you enjoy your sunrise on this early Thursday morning commute.
A new app is promising a safe and clean experience in California with private restroom rentals. Developers in San Diego say that many downtown public restrooms, they have been overwhelmed by drug use or people with mental illnesses and sanitary issues. They believe that paying $15 for a 15-minute bathroom break makes a lot of sense.
Time now for the 5 facts.
At number 5, UNM is inviting the public to join in the celebration of the solar eclipse on the final Saturday of Balloon Fiesta. The university's Department of Physics and Astronomy will be hosting a viewing party. That's on October the 14th at 8:30 in the morning, about 45 minutes before the eclipse is set to begin. UNM astronomers are going to be on hand with information and eclipse classes.
And number 4, the reinstatement of the Juan de Oñate statue in Española has been postponed for the time being. The statue was taken down in 2020. Recently, Rio Arriba County announced plans to put the statue back up again, this time in front of a different building. Last night, the county announced they postponed the event until further notice because of, quote, unforeseen circumstances and in the interest of public safety.
And at number 3, it's going to feel more like summer than fall today all across the state. Upper 90s to the south and east, upper 80s for us here in the metro, cooler and wetter by the weekend.
And number 2, the man accused of being the driver during a deadly shooting of an 11-year-old boy outside of Isotopes Park will remain behind bars until trial. Prosecutors say Jose Romero was behind the wheel of a Dodge Durango that shot at the Villegas family truck 17 times earlier this month. In court yesterday, Romero's attorney tried to convince the judge his client did not know what was going to happen. The judge sided with the state to keep him behind bars.
And at number 1, newly released police Lapel video shows when officers arrived at the Cuesta home of William Brown in late July. It's where they found 13-year-old Amber Archuleta, who had been shot and killed. Witnesses told police that the teens were just having fun hanging around when 14-year-old Porfirio Brown picked up a gun and started waving it around. Police ended up arresting both Brown and his son.